What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Airborne live. Finally, it's been, I don't know, about 10 months since I've gone live. The bull run feels like it's coming back. I don't know if we're in the bull run, but I'm starting to get those vibes. And I figured I'd do a live stream tonight with a special guest who's been on my channel quite a bit. And he's a pretty good dude. And we might have some other people come on tonight. I'm not sure. I sent some invites out, but if you guys know anyone that wants to join tonight, feel free. We got a couple things we want to talk about tonight, some crypto news. I'll do a quick market overview and some kind of fun stuff at the end of the stream. And then if you guys have any TA or any special coins or whatever the heck you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. But again, just kind of a chill night, Thirsty Thursdays. Haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm a little rusty live, but it feels good to be back. And I'm going to try to start doing these a lot more often, have some special guests on here, some regulars, Six Figs, and, some other people from back in the Voyager world, Voyager heroes and all that. Maybe I'll get some people back, see how they're doing nowadays, see if they've recovered or what's going on, if they've left crypto, who knows. But yeah, it feels good to be back. So hopefully you guys can all hear me right now. Let me just see. Let's see. Rick Rodriguez, how's it going? Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure. I did a mic check, but just making sure everything is good. Shout out to you and Six Fig got me into CKB. Heck yeah. We'll definitely talk about that here in a little bit, do some technical analysis, all that type of stuff. Can you do some TA on WagMe Games? I've heard of that. Don't know exactly what that is. Rick, what is WagMe Games? Let me know. All right, so I'm going to do a quick crypto market overview real quick, and then I'll get Six Figs into here. Let me just move my screen over, share my screen, refresh it real quick. So market kind of neutral today, up about 0.82% the last 24 hours. Let me just see if I can full screen this. You guys can still hear me. Bitcoin's actually pumping a little bit the last half hour, 45 minutes or so, hitting about 37,914, up about 0.13%. ETH's doing really good. Wow, up about 2.59%. It's at about 2,088. We got everything else kind of neutral. Nothing really stands out. Dogecoin up about 2.25%. A lot of people still waiting on Dogecoin, thinking that they're going to implement this into the X platform for payments or for paying the new Cybertruck that just was announced today, the first release, which we'll talk about that at the very end. I don't know if you guys saw the promo on that or whatever, but we'll talk about that. Top gainers last 24 hours, we got 00 token. Wow. Don't know what that is, but it's up 53%. Silo's up about 48%. Dipius up about 30%. Polka Starter. Wow. I've heard of that. That was back from the old bull run. Polka Starter. I think, what was I into? I forget what it was called. It was not Polka Starter. That's going to bother me, but it had a real low supply. Polka, it was something polka like the polka dot chain or whatever, but I don't know. XYO. Oh wow, that's that GPS app where you would drive around and it would give you XYO. That's pumping right now, up 22.87%. I think I have a bag of this, but it's stuck on the platform. I gotta look into that. But yeah, XYO. I don't know if you guys heard of that one, but that's doing pretty good today. Losers last 24 hours. Haven't heard of this one. Down 14%. Inverse Finance down 13%. And Bounce Token that keeps popping up on my feed, down about 12.18% the last 24 hours. Holidays for today. It's November 30th. Man, I feel like this year has just flown by. We're almost into 2024. It's crazy. It's National Computer Security Day. 844 shares. Wow. St. Andrew's Day. Bunch of other days. Meth Awareness Day. I don't mean to laugh when I do that, but it is pretty serious. But yeah, Meth Awareness Day. Mason Jar Day. Mississippi Day. Some other different holidays. Birthdays. Let's see what birthdays we have for November 30th. Some people I've never heard of. Mark Twain's birthday today. Winston Churchill. Heard of him. Steve Aoki, the famous DJ. Is influencers, singers, actresses. Woody Allen's birthday. So There you guys have it for your holidays and birthdays for November 30th. Crypto bubbles. For you visual people out there, love seeing this. See a green right now, top 100. It's good to see. Looks like number one is Tau. I don't know what that is. Bitensor, up about 17.5%. Yeah, I don't know what that is. You guys know what that is? Let me know. Take a look at my favorites. We got Siacoin up 6.1%. I'm still mining that. Dogecoin, I'm mining that. We got ICP, 6 figs is big into that. I got a little bag of that, up 3%. Elron, we're going to talk about all these. Bitcoin only up about 0.1%, though it is pumping the last 45 minutes or so. Oh, and this I didn't talk about with 6 figs yet. I think I mentioned to him is Monero XMR. I've been dabbling in mining, CPU mining with XMR, and there's another random X algorithm that I've been messing around with, and it's called Zephyr protocol, hashtag like ZEPH. And it's not doing too bad just for my CPU. I don't have the greatest CPU, but I was doing like $1.50 a day in the Zeph. And it like, I think I don't know what it is. It was like $30 a coin right now. And then it went up to like 50, I think, like a week and a half ago. I wasn't going to talk about that. Maybe I'll bring that up, but it was pretty easy to set up, quite honestly. I just did a quick YouTube search, but not many people are doing it, but the hash rate is going up on that. But that was, yeah. Monero, it's the random X algorithm. Losing my train of thought here. Yeah, Zeph protocol. I have that pulled up on my other screen. What do we got? It was Polka Woke. Hello there. I'm a bit too heavy on CKB. Is there a way to transfer CKB into ICP without a centralized exchange? Not off the top of my head. I'm sure 6 figs can answer that. Yeah, no way to do that. I see right below it. But yeah, I don't want to get too sidetracked here. Fear and greed index. I think we've been in greed for a while right now. We're currently at a 71. Yesterday we were at a 74. So like I always said, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, we've been pretty big clump of greed here. I mean, doesn't always hurt to take profits whenever it's real greedy or whatever, but it's always the hardest thing for people to do. But just keep an eye on that. Traditional markets, let me see for today. Looks like Dow Jones, S&P was green. NASDAQ was down a little bit. Futures, NASDAQ, S&P down. Dow futures look like they are green. Inch lower after Dow notches new high for the year. I'm not too big into the traditional markets, but I always keep an eye on it because as fortunate as it sounds, it does kind of correlate with crypto and Bitcoin right now. But long term, we do want to hopefully break away from the traditional markets with crypto. Another thing I look at for that is the DXY, the US dollar currency index. Kind of looking at this chart, whenever the DXY is pumping, that's usually when the crypto traditional markets are down, and vice versa. Currently looks like we're at about 103.289. DXY has been up a little bit. I don't know. Doesn't always coincide, but there was a tweet from Norris Digital Assets that I talked about in my latest video that if Bitcoin continues to pump, he kind of expects the DXY kind of go down to this 90 mark. Is kind of his prediction. I want to try to get him on here soon. He's pretty good with TA, but he showed a chart, and I don't have it pulled up, of Bitcoin and the DXY, but whenever the DXY goes down, Bitcoin and crypto is up. So just one of those things just to keep an eye on. Total crypto market cap, kind of depending on how you draw this, 6 figs could probably talk a little bit better about this, but this kind of correlates right now with Bitcoin. There's this ascending triangle that's just squeezing right now with Bitcoin and the total crypto market. You can see it keeps bouncing up off this resistance, hitting the support resistance. We're kind of like right there in the middle right now at about a $1.4 trillion market cap. This is at least on the 4-hour. RSI is kind of neutral right now, but I don't know. We're still bouncing in this ascending triangle, which is in play. Not quite sure where it's going to go. A little bit above the Ichimoku cloud. But again, like I said, I'm going to bring 6 figs in here, kind of see his thoughts on kind of the couple things that I just talked about, see if maybe he wants to pull up total crypto if he's seeing something different. So without further ado, it's been a long time. Oops, screwed that one up. Man, I got to get used to the buttons. Hold up. Let me see. Let me add him to the stage.
Oh my God. It kept me behind bars in the
There we go.
backstage jail, and I'm listening to all this good info you're pumping out.
I know.
My
I was debating on
God.
either just doing it or just like having you right from the start and then just going with it. But I figure I just knock that
No.
out and then see if you see anything different based off what I said with total crypto market cap, the DXY. I don't know. Any thoughts on that? But anyway, no. How's it going? Like, how's everything been? I mean, I know we talk offline. We've been talking. It's not like we're just internet friends or whatever. But what's up, man?
Well, we're more than internet friends. You know, things are going great for me. I can't complain. Traveling the world this year, it's been great. You know, I'm looking forward to next year as we wrap up this year. Of course, I'm looking forward to the crypto markets pumping. I'm hoping that we get some God mode candles for some of these tokens that you mentioned, like CKB, Eagle, ETH, you know, Bitcoin, ICP. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm super bullish.
Yeah, definitely
going forward, especially like with all the latest stuff that's been going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the Bitcoin, man, and all the bad actors finally leaving. I mean, depending on what you think of them, CZ stepping down and SBF. I know you got your thoughts on him. I was the Tiffany Fong chick. I saw a little tweet or video right before I started this about how she interviewed one of the guys. I don't know if he was a corrections officer, but like he was going days without eating. There was all this crazy stuff. That was a whole other thing I just remembered as I was talking about SBF. Yeah, he was going days. He was like, there's some crazy thing going on with him in prison or jail, wherever he's at. And she had this corrections officer, someone that like was tending to him. But Tiffany Fong or Wong, whatever her name is, check her out. I know she's big. She had some like relationship with him. People were jokes or whatever. But yeah,
that's
SBF
crazy.
going to jail, CZ stepping down, all these exchanges going down. It's kind of like I feel like we're setting the stage for the next bull run. You're getting all these the ETFs, BlackRock ETF, all these things. The SEC making it approval in January, all leading up into the Bitcoin halving next year. Just bull run vibes slowly coming back.
Yeah,
still a couple months away, but if you guys are here early, we're still early. At least in my opinion, not financial advice. I'm trying to, pick up some small bags here and there right now because 2024, 2025, I think are just going to be astronomical, especially with all this, hopefully, institutional money coming in.
Yeah, for sure. And you mentioned those spot Bitcoin, Ethereum, possibly, maybe there'll be some more. I mean, you could argue the case that if Ripple wins or XRP or whatever, they might just go ahead and make an ETF of that too. It'll be interesting to see how this cash flows into these ETFs, and there's basically gonna go one of two ways. Either they're gonna just start shorting the market out of the gates to get back in at a better position, or we're gonna see everybody just kind of dogpile in, and we're gonna see the markets take off. And what's great about the spot ETFs versus like the perpetual futures, things like that, is that you actually have to purchase Bitcoin, Ethereum. You actually have to purchase tokens at the exchange or at like the Wall Street level. So, somebody comes in, I want to invest 50 million. Well, they're going to buy up $50 million worth of Bitcoin. That's just going to do crazy things.
Yeah. And that's what I'm wondering. Like all these people that are applying for the ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, whatever, there's a whole bunch of them. Like, are they buying bits and pieces here and there before they actually launch that ETF and get the approval? Are they buying from miners? I heard some of these guys are doing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My suspicion is that these people are, they're operating just like whales do anonymously. But when you start talking about like Wall Street and a lot of these big hedge fund trading firms, they operate in what's called these dark pools. And basically it's like the black market, if you want to call it that, of stock, exchanging shares, things like that. It's just everything kind of happens in the dark, offline. So basically it's not, stock isn't sold at the exchange level, it's transferred rather. So you're right, they could be paying off these miners, paying off these huge holders for off-chain Bitcoin, because let's face it, you can transfer keys to a wallet, you can do all that stuff. So It's going to be interesting to see the method of operation, because I think like they probably could be buying this stuff at the exchange level, but if they start buying too much, it's going to drive the price way up. So, you start thinking about, well, what's one way around it? Well, you can buy it on the, secondary market, like in a dark pool, for example.
That kind of leads me into my next thing. And I talked about this on the phone with you about this mysterious whale that has been
I thought you were
buying...
going to talk about that mysterious rash, baby, that you called me up and said, I can't get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I'm
the first
just kidding.
the first thing he puts on my chat feed is remember to ask Airborne about rash. I don't know if you guys are longtime watchers or listeners, but that's kind of like an inside joke we've had. But
it's years old.
Yeah.
And it goes back and forth too. So the next time I'm on live or something, he's gonna start talking a bunch of smack too.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I got the let me see.
But yeah, you were saying that mysterious whale that's going all crazy. What's up with this thing?
So this guy, I got a wallet here. There's all of his wallet transactions. This is on blockchain.com. He apparently has 12,070 Bitcoin, or about $454 million of Bitcoin right now. And the amount of Bitcoin that this guy has been acquiring over the past, let me pull up the chart. He's only started acquiring this since about November 9th. You can see the chart, how much he's acquired.
Wow.
In, 15 days? Like, well, a little less than a month.
Really?
Is astronomical.
$450 million worth.
Yeah, you could see just today, the 30th, 30 Bitcoin, 33 Bitcoin, 7, 13, 52, 23, 11, like 65, 39. All this whole page is all today.
DCA, baby.
2. Yeah, talk about DCA. Then check it. I tweeted this. He started trolling. Like the 42069. You'll see it on here. Yeah. So on the 29th, he did what? 0.00006969 Bitcoin. $2.62 a Bitcoin. The fee cost more than the actual purchase.
Yeah.
4200 Bitcoin. The fee cost $5 more than $1.58 Bitcoin. 42069, 6969. So it's like, dude, who the hell is this guy's $500 million just like making purchases like this?
This has got to be Elon Musk.
People are speculating. Yeah, they're like, oh, is this Elon Musk? Is like who exactly is this? I don't know.
Yeah. Could be a government and some smart ass intern or something that's entrusted with the whole wallet or something.
So yeah, lots of shout out to me. Rash is doing fine.
Oh, I remember me.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know who it is. A lot of speculation. Because once they did the 42069 and the 6969, it's like, is that like a real traditional like company that's doing that? But like you said, who knows who's trolling, or is that actually Elon? Could be, or just some other rich, billionaire or multimillionaire or whatever.
No, I think he's one of the few people that would put his money where his mouth is for something like that. That's for sure.
All right, so talking about Bitcoin real quick, a little bit of technical analysis. There's this ascending triangle coin everyone thinks is preparing for a big move to the upside. Trade's never set in stone. A lot of people don't like. I don't know. You're a TA guy, but I always take TA as kind of like something in the back of my pocket. You got all the macroeconomics, a lot of other things that could influence the price. But again, just taking a look at Bitcoin right now. I was looking at the 15-minute chart because it started to pump a little bit from about 13.6 to about, I think we just went over a bit 38K here in the last hour or so. But just taking a look at like the 4 hour zooming out, we're squeezing hard. Like at least on the 4 hour, we're legit respecting the TA. We're hitting that resistance level right here at about that 37.8. We're at 38K. Speak of the devil, just now. So This is the 4 hour. I mean, what is it? What time does the next 4 hour close? At midnight, I think.
Let's see here. The next 4 hour
depending on
for
your time
Bitcoin.
is. Yeah, like we did close above it. You see a couple times on the ascending triangle, but it's literally, if you take a look at the daily, zoom in a little bit, we're legit right below that resistance line, and then there's spinning tops both times. It's like indecision candles the last 2 days for Bitcoin, continuing to squeeze this ascending triangle.
Next 4-hour close on Bitcoin on the Bitfinex exchange is in 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's different on the Bitstamp, how they're tracking it, but
I don't know if you want to do some quick TM Bitcoin, since this basically moves the markets. We can do something like that. But that's kind of what I'm seeing is this ascending triangle. I mean, you're way higher level. I don't know if there's any like time sequences or anything that you could moving averages and stuff.
We could look at it. It's tough for me to navigate this screen here. I might just share my screen here quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
If that's cool.
Like you usually do.
Okay.
It's been over, 10 months?
Yeah, it's been a while. All right. So it should share just in a second. Okay, cool.
All right.
So this is one thing that I'm paying attention to with Bitcoin, folks. And really, when it comes down to it, it is this weekly chart. And Bitcoin now for the last 4 or 5 weeks has really, ever since it got past this $28,000 level, has been really riding up very nicely above this Ichimoku cloud. Now, this is kind of where I think we could possibly be at right about now, is somewhere right in here looking for some sort of price discovery, something like this. And you see like this looks so similar or familiar to the last bull cycle. We had the price come crashing down, popped up, but then really when it came down to it, once the price got above this Ichimoku cloud, Bitcoin just went on that rampage. So I do think that this right here on the weekly chart, I don't think that we're going to get enough momentum to go straight up like we did here. I feel like we're going to have a few weeks of possibly some downward momentum here a little bit. You've got that ascending triangle like Airborne was kind of talking about, but when we look at like the weekly chart, I do see almost like a little bit of a wedge pattern maybe kind of coming into play here, possibly. So this is what I'm kind of keeping my eye on. And
that's what a lot of people are saying, is we could be taking a nice little dip because of that rising wedge. You look at the weekly RSI right now, we're really overbought right now too. So
yeah, and I mean this thing can just rip off at any time. I mean, once I think like that ETF thing is really going to possibly shape it. But the one thing that I always look for is the relationship of the price to the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm looking at this price right here. How far away from like the cloud is it? Okay, well, we're not really, even like right here. This is kind of far away. To me, it's kind of far away. So like we might just need to inch our way in before we make that next step up. And also there is what is called a golden cross that is about to happen as well on the weekly chart. And a lot of people might think, well, golden cross, so that's bullish. But let me tell you guys, golden crosses, death crosses, they can signal reversals. See if we can find. We can't find anything on the weekly chart, but sometimes they signal reversals. So that could be like a catalyst as well. Here's a prime example of a golden cross, and really, on the daily chart, you can kind of see how the golden cross hit a little pullback, right? So, we might be getting ready to see something like that on like a weekly time frame. And here's a death cross where we actually pump bullish after that. So, I mean, it is what it is. I do think that Bitcoin, possibly has a little bit of giveth right at this. We do have somewhat of an ascending triangle like Airborne was talking about. It is something that I've been tracking, and you can see it right here, like on my charts too. So, we're just going to have to play the waiting game. We're seeing these lows continually get higher, and the highs are, they're kind of being suppressed at this level. And so I think what we're all really hoping for here is just this whiplashing of highs and lows to turn into something like this.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It's still super. I mean, people gotta think too. Like, you know, it's an easy asset class to manipulate if you got a few $1 billion. So like, you start talking about like $100 trillion or something flowing into this, or $100 billion, excuse me, flowing into this through the ETFs. I mean, it's
Do you
going to
have any
crush any
time
TA.
sequences you think you'd throw up? Maybe in prep
Yeah.
for like the halving or
Yeah,
January, I wonder.
let's throw up some time sequences. That's a good idea, and we'll just do like this all time high to this most recent low. And I mean, look at this, guys.
Oh wow!
Time sequence tomorrow. Time sequence
Clip
tomorrow.
this. We should clip this for tomorrow if something happens.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it'll be clipped. And you guys, there's not that many people in here, but all of you guys are in on this. So, and this is going to possibly be some sort of momentum change,
Huge
volatility increasing. We could be seeing Bitcoin start ripping off. So, to me, this is a huge signal, and this is on the daily. Let's try to pinpoint this down to like within like 4 hours to give everybody this super intimate connection with price action. So this looks pretty. Well, let's just go up. I want to really nail this, right? There we go. So we're going to just throw that up there. And then we are going to go down and nail. Oh, my.
Oh, ICP's pumping right now. I just got a notification.
What? It is?
We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, tomorrow for Bitcoin, what I want you guys to do is check out within 4 hours, or excuse me, this Sunday, 9 a.m. Central Time, within 4 hours of that. There's going to possibly be some change in momentum there. So keep your, buckle up, buttercups. Oh, I got to check ICP.
That's good you threw that up because that's crazy because that's from the all-time high to like the low, and that literally is coming up the next time sequence.
Yeah, right. So great idea to bring that up, man. Yeah, so you got any other ones? Should we check out Elrond here?
Let's no, I got CKB real quick.
CKB?
Yeah, let me pull it up. If you guys don't know, CKB, I have a pretty decent bag of that. I've been following this since back in my TikTok days. You guys can see here back in February 24th, 2021, when it got listed on the Voyager. I posted this video, 605 likes, 109 comments. This is when I first started doing my like crypto social media. I started on TikTok before I did YouTube, and it took off. Like I just did it for fun because I've always been into crypto since about 2016, early 2017. And yeah, I always was just uploading videos daily, and every new thing that happened on Voyager or whatever, I would do it. But yeah, I've always been following the project, the interoperability, big supporter, and it's, small market cap, only 105 million. It's only 0.0031. I think going back to this video, when it got listed, it was 0.009 on Voyager. So we're down from when it got listed back in 2021. I think the all-time high, it got up to 4 cents right here. We're down 92% from its all-time high over 2 years ago, March 31st, 2021.
Looks like it hits 4 cents somewhere in there.
But yeah, so
4.5.
I like the team, like the community, strong community. Been following it quite a bit, and just some news. It's hard to keep up like in crypto with multiple coins and everything that's going on. I keep up with it a little bit. Elrond, same thing, ICP, Bitcoin. But like once you start, when you have so many different coins, it's just too hard to keep up. But some big things that came out with CKB, and I don't know if you can talk a bit more to it, is this Joy ID wallet. I think you did a video on this. It's kind of like it doesn't use any password phrases. It just uses like Face ID and biometrics type of thing. But this guy posted, Dimitri, these points apparently that you can get, these Joy Quest loyalty points. I don't know if you know anything about that. You want to talk real quick about this wallet? I haven't downloaded it. I use the CKB or the CK Bull wallet.
No, the Joy ID wallet is a phenomenal wallet. I have downloaded it. It takes you about, I don't know, 15 seconds to download it. One thing that's interesting is that there was um, some breakthroughs in technology involving WebAuthn or passkeys with Joy ID, and this basically allowed them to bypass some very technologically tricky cryptographic process that just wasn't thought possible. I forgot what the term was. It was, they call it R1.
Hmm.
There's some weird coder term. It's called R1. And basically, this gentleman named Cypher Wang, who's one of the founders of Nervos, went on to create Joy ID. And what's cool about this is it stores the keys to the wallet like uh, like in your phone or in your thumbprint. So you can just basically like recover your wallet with your thumbprint. It's insane stuff. It's like it's insane.
So
But
what? I don't want to sound stupid. Is this built like what is this? Is this just added? They
ah,
added seat like Nervos network to it, or like what is it built on? Like
so this is yeah,
because it
this is
looks like it
built
integrates
on
ETH that has Arbitrum and the graph. Or is
yeah.
that like what is it? Like I don't know.
Yes. So this is built on Nervos. And it looks like you got Jordan Mack in the chat. SECP 256R1. And that's what Jordan has helped me immensely with some of the video work. And that was the term, or the code or whatever, that it was thought that it was impossible for like WebAuth and or
Yeah.
passkeys to like be compatible with, and they found a workaround, and they're talking about it on like the Ethereum forums, the Bitcoin forums, and yeah, it's getting a lot of hype, man. I encourage everybody to check out the Joy ID wallet. It's a great wallet, and it's super easy. I mean, it takes literally 2 seconds to get into. It takes 15 seconds to like download. I mean, it's great.
Yeah, I definitely got
I
to check
can't
that
say
out.
enough good things about it. So I hope they keep integrating all these other chains too, because it's one of those nice wallets that it reminds me of like how simple the Voyager interface was.
Hmm.
This reminds me of that, but for a wallet.
Right.
And I think they'll go on to probably do what MetaMask did and add some sort of DEX into the
Hmm.
wallet too, so you could do swaps and things like that.
Yeah.
Don't I don't know anything, like that's speculation. So
Yeah, and I'm always looking for easier non-custodial wallets to have, like Multiverse X. We have the X
yeah,
Portal app. That's where I have a lot of my Multiverse X that I have on there, and I would like if they integrated a lot more different tokens on there, but they're slowly doing that. So it kind of reminds me
yeah,
like of this as well. Like if they could integrate Multiverse X, formerly Elrond, and as much as they
yeah.
can for like non-custodial use, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like all these huge chains are building up, once they start talking to each other, like we're at the point now where we went from like the square wagon wheel to like the round wagon wheel in like the last
Right.
5 years.
It's fast.
And
Yeah.
things are gonna really progress as the space grows, over the next decade or two.
Right.
So we're at ground zero. I still feel like.
For sure. Yeah, so I just was trying to find some like news with CKB and everything, and this guy, Nervos, Aloha State,
Seamless.
Hawaii, he such a hardcore Nervos network fan, he decided to put his license plate as Nervos. So shout out to dreamteam.bit. I'll give you a follow there. I don't know if you follow him, but I thought that's pretty cool. It's the first thing that popped
Yeah.
up when you type in CKB on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And then I was scanning a little bit, so we had that. And then the big thing that they talked about, and Jordan's watching. Shout out to you, man. Got to have you on here soon. I think he did like a stream the other day. So Risk 5 is basically a set of design norms like Bluetooth for computer chips, known as an open standard, means anyone, you, me, Intel, can participate in development of those standards, future-proofing CKB. So this was a little bit earlier post. And this gets to the more technical side of it, and I like this. Not that I'm completely knowledgeable and to talk about all this stuff. I don't know about you, Six Figs, if you can kind of dumb it down, because that's kind of how my channel has always been, is kind of dumbing complicated things like this down to the normie people, because I think that's how we're going to get mass adoption, especially in like chains like this, where it does seem very, technical and whatnot. But RISC-V, future-proof layer 1 virtual machine runs RISC-V instruction set, which emulates hardware, not software. Adopting new cutting-edge technology like Apple Passkey can be done quickly and easily. So they recently, I guess, implemented this. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the live that he had.
I caught just a little bit of it. I had some other things going on. I got like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah,
I got to go back and listen to that probably tonight. But yeah,
but they had this one. This is a big thing.
Yeah, Nervous Network, CKB has, they've got an incredible EVM, and this platform, Nervous Network, specializes in like account abstraction, so they can extract information. It's crazy, and it allows them to do things like use passkeys like you would use on your phone. Same stuff like Apple's using. Now you can use this like on your apps like Joy ID. And I think like the biggest thing about crypto right now is, if you want your parents to use this, your grandparents, your friends that are not so techy, it's got to be super dummy proof, and it's got to be super easy to access your stuff, as easy as it is to operate an iPhone with your thumb. You can log right in. That's the way it needs to be. And
Right.
Nervous Network saw this in like 2019 when they first deployed their chain, and now we're kind of starting to see that forward thinking that they did way back then start to be used. So I'm hoping it catches on.
Definitely. Yeah, so more to follow on that. We'll try to keep you guys posted. Follow Six Figs. Myself, like I said, I'm going to try to get more videos out there on CKB. Just everything in general. I've been slacking, but, bull run vibes are coming back. I'm going to try to do some more live streams and keep you guys all posted on everything that's going on. I'll try to get some guests on here. Jordan Mack, Six Figs. Thursdays and Friday nights seem to be the best for everyone. And I'm starting a new job here Monday, so I don't really know exactly what my schedule is going to be, but I'll try to base it off of that as well. But yeah, that's CKB.
You have to put your YouTube channel first, bro. Tell your job to go pound sand.
Hopefully again one day. Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, taking a look at the technical analysis, I really don't have anything. I mean, just kind of looking at this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a.
I mean, it almost looks like you might have some sort of
ascending triangle kind of going on here.
Yeah, there might be a symmetrical triangle squeeze.
That's a 3 hour, at least. You want to do some quick TA on this?
Yeah,
I know some people that want to see it.
But
yeah, it's pumping right now, apparently. Let me just go to like the 5 minute. Yeah, that's why I kept getting notification. My phone kept lighting up next to me. I kept getting some notifications. But whenever CKB like pumps, it pumps. And then it goes up and then like it comes down. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think there's not much liquidity, and it's either someone's buying a lot and then whatever triggers people sell orders at whatever levels, and then it comes back down.
Well, it's probably I know what's causing it. It's Jordan Mack buying in all the CKB up for himself.
Yeah.
But here we go. CKB weekly chart, folks. What you're seeing here is what's called some Gone fan lines, and I'm not going to get into like the details and how this set this up, but I'll give you the short and skinny. So basically what I did was drew some 45-degree angles from the bottom wick here, and then we've got a wick right here, which for a high, and basically I came right over to above this bottom wick and dropped my other Gone fan at a 45-degree angle downward. And so what this does is it allows me to look at how the markets are reacting in accordance with the laws of Gone, or GAN. Some people pronounce it Gone fan. And you can see how well this thing respects these trend lines. I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can get a high level look here. And this is exactly what I'm looking for, like when I set something like this up. I mean, you can see it just kind of ride this line all the way down. It jumped up, hopped back down, came down to this trend line here, hit it a couple times, came up here, bounced off it. And you guys can just see this relationship price action has with these fan lines. And so right now, I mean, I feel like we're going to see CKB possibly squeeze in between this 0.003878-ish level on the weekly, and maybe in between this 0.003-ish level on the weekly charts. But I'm hoping is that we can just blow right through this and rise up in some sort of Elliott uh, Elliott wave theory fashion and cruise to the upside. So, I mean, right now we've got a big squeeze. We're in a squeeze pattern right now, technically, and this can be broken at any time. When we look at this, like on the daily, looks like CKB is testing this trend line here, the 50 or this 50 moving average, and we're just kind of hovering right above this Ichimoku cloud. So there might be some sort of a little head and shoulders that could be present here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It just is what it is for right now. But I feel like
You should throw a time sequence on there, like
yeah, that's a good
Bitcoin.
idea.
Keep forgetting
Let's
about
throw up a
that.
little time sequence on
Let's
this as
see.
well, like we did for Bitcoin. I'm just going to go ahead here and clear these charts, and I'm just going to go from when Bitcoin did the top. We're going to just cruise right down to here. So yeah, we got a time sequence coming up, around January 10th. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. And I mean, you can just see this thing is in the squeeze pattern right now. So it's just kind of this waiting game right now with CKB. We could pull this up on like a 4-hour chart and maybe see this a little bit better. Yeah, it is what it is. So I think there's a chance here we could see this thing run up to about 0.003384 in the meantime. But yeah, it's just kind of still trading sideways a little bit. And I think the reason is because we saw some Elliott wave theory move to the upside. Technically, I'm not sure if this was technically Elliott wave theory, but if we see that, we're going to see a little bit of a corrective wave, which it could be completing. Good thing is on the 4-hour chart, we got some really thin Ichimoku clouds to break through. So I mean, CKB, it's kind of got some bizarre price action right now.
Yeah.
But yes,
Interesting.
really, it is what it is.
All right. There you guys have it for CKB Nervos Network. Let me know down in the comments. You guys invest into it. I know we got probably a vast variety of different people in here, either CKB, ICP, Voyager people, Bitcoin, random people that come in here. So I'm just curious if any of you guys are invested in the CKB. What do you guys think about it? Let us know down in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Let's jump in real quick to Multiverse X. That's another one of my top 3 big bags that I have. $1.1 billion market cap, currently at about 43.09 US dollars. X Portal app. It's one of the best apps, kind of non-custodial, that I have. Integration of literally everything: NFTs, the user interface, the community, the creator Benjamin Minsu. He just did this recent talk with Brian Rose. He's the founder and host of London Real. I didn't get really a chance to watch the entire video, but if you do get a chance, give it a watch. He's basically talking about he's kind of like CKB in a way, where they've rebranded from Elrond into Multiverse X. And he just has like a long-term type of thinking with it, that when you're in a bear market, you build, you keep building, and then all of a sudden, one of those days, you're going to keep chipping away. You're going to keep chipping away at that rock, even though you're building and building. One of those days, you're just going to chip it. It's going to crack and it's going to blow up. That's kind of like the way I remember he said that in this interview, and I was like, I think with a lot of these projects, I think the same thing with CKB. that they're, working behind the scenes. They're chipping away. They're doing all the stuff during the bear market. And, one of these days, you just can't give up. I think there's like a life quote where it's like, hey, people don't fail. You just give up. If you don't give up, you won't fail type of thing. It's going to take so much time and effort. I mean, as long as you have the motivation and stuff to do things, this project will succeed. CKB will keep going, things like that. But go give this video a watch. I'm going to keep watching it probably tomorrow or something, but it was pretty good.
I'm going to watch that too. Was that at like a conference or something?
No, it was just, I don't think this guy's, it's like a YouTube channel or what.
Okay.
Brian Rose, but he's had a lot of like really successful people on this guy's. It's a podcast or something.
Okay.
Broadcast,
cool.
160. Yeah, but he's had some people on, and you just got to check this out. And his vision, and I mean, what is it ranked right now? It's only 53.
It's probably top 50 10. If you scratch out the I mean, I think FTT is in there. I mean, you guys scratch out like some of the stable coins and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's a top 50 coin for sure.
I think it's a top 10 coin, but that's just me.
Very well
biased.
could be. It very well could be.
It's just like one of those hidden gems that like you believe in. Yeah. It's Romanian built, where they're very crypto friendly out there. They're very good with the regulations. They have good ties with their government, so it gives them more freedom to do what they want to do. Whereas the U.S. is like the most restricted country with regulations. There's no regulation and clarity, all that type of stuff. So they're trying to build out in Romania and Europe first. They have a debit card. Can't get it here yet, obviously, because of the regulation. But Exportal app, that's what I use. NFT, their NFT community is really popular, really good. The community is awesome. Their visions.
What's some of the more popular NFT projects on Elrond or Multiverse X?
So XOXNO, that's their most popular NFT marketplace.
Okay.
And top 10, Cow.
Okay, that's some pretty nice floor price there.
But
Eagle's $44 a share, so
yeah,
I mean that ain't no chump change. That's some serious dough.
Super rare bears, that's huge. This is like super community driven. If you type in Multiverse X or Elrond, the number one things that usually pop up is this community. So if it's one NFT project that you want to invest in, and they do staking rewards with Elrond, they have their own token called Rare. The community is awesome. Actually, one of the guys, I got to have him on my channel. He kind of runs the whole community group and stuff. He, runs it. It gets pretty crazy. It's just like,
nice.
I don't know.
That's sick.
But they have a lot of different like staking rewards and a whole bunch of different things. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
But the way you feel about this is the way I felt about like ICP early on, because you got me early into ICP, where everyone thought it was a scam, and then once you disapproved all the crazy stuff with the FTX thing and all that, then you start doing research on the tech, and you actually deep dive it. You critically think about the project, the technology is actually useful and stuff.
I hear you. No, it was the same thing for me with Elrond. I was a little resistant to it at first, but it's warmed up on me probably the last 6 months. As I think as the bear market went on, you just start paying attention to everybody that's still here and kicking.
Only 26 million total supply.
That's like the other
Bitcoin.
thing.
It's $44.
Right. That's the other thing that caught my attention too. Was that.
But let's jump into the TA real quick. I don't want to keep blabbering on. We're about 49 minutes in. So on the daily right now, I think you had something you wanted to share in the 3-day or something, or whatever.
The 4-day.
Bull flag. I got a symmetrical triangle. We're squeezing right now. On the daily, we have a spinning top indecision candle going on right now. A little bit far away from the Ichimoku cloud, kind of neutral on the RSI. I don't know if you want to take it away, just kind of high level what you were seeing with Elrond, because I think you got some moves on here.
Yeah, let me just kind of pull up. So one thing that I'm looking at here is the 4-day, and how sweet would it have been to get in at 55 cents? Holy cow. Yeah, this thing ran to $500. So
that was before everything. They the rebrand and everything. So imagine this next bull run, how crazy it's gonna get.
And surprisingly, when you start to see run-ups like that happen, this thing has maintained a good position, especially when it comes down to all the shit we've been through this bear market. And
Yeah.
this thing has bottomed at $22
Like,
a share.
look at the
Which
jump it just did
is, oh
from
yeah, I know. Yeah,
freaking what? 22 $23 from October 20th to 53 November 5th. Like
yeah,
in 2 weeks, it freaking skyrocketed because
yeah,
the low supply and low liquidity.
yeah.
Like
So
crazy.
this thing's maintaining a 4,000% pump, from 2020. So that's very impressive. And when we look at like the 4-day chart, and like anytime like you start to see like Elrond or any of these projects, anytime you start to see price action get above this cloud on the 4-hour chart, weekly chart, or excuse me, the 4-day chart, weekly chart, and daily chart, you just start to see stuff move. And this is the 4-day chart. I think I might have said 4-hour earlier on, but here's an example. Like this thing starts running. I mean, and it's just like once you hit this little above uh, this cloud, this is just what I look for, is these little flags like this, and then it just starts pumping. So I mean, right
Yeah.
now for the 4-day on eGold, there is almost. I'm still kind of waiting to see what exactly happens, but we have a very nice flagpole, and I'm still waiting to see if we get like some sort of flag like this, or if we get more of like a symmetrical triangle squeeze. That's just where I'm at. But the beautiful thing is that we are above this Ichimoku cloud on the daily, and on the
Mhm.
weekly, you can kind of see where this thing is. It's just this definition of a bull flagpole symmetrical triangle flag. This isn't financial or trading advice, but this is just kind of what I'm looking for. And right now, I'm looking for this thing to. This is what's called a continuation pattern. I'm looking for this thing to rip up to about like the 80-ish dollar level. Personally,
Mhm.
I would like to see at least that. And when I look at um, you know this whole thought process, let me get back to the weekly chart. I am always on the lookout for Elliott wave theory, right? So this could be the first move, and I'm looking for the second move, and I'm looking for like a move like this, or I'm looking for some sort of in head and shoulders pattern like this. So if we don't get this, I'm looking for the head and shoulders. But by when we start talking about like theory, Elliott wave theory, by default, and according to the theory, wave uh, 0 to 1 has to be, or excuse me, wave 2 to 3
Mhm.
cannot be the shortest wave. So by default, it has to be longer than 0 to 1. And so what I always like to do is just kind of place a marker like this and kind of draw out like a minimum target. And you can
Mhm.
kind of see how this line is that I have drawn out right here. Well, if we look at the 4-day chart, this little line that I have here aligns perfectly with this 200 moving average on the 4-day chart. So that's kind of where I'm looking for Eagle to maybe come up to and hit, is maybe right around this $90 to $100 level. And I would expect a retracement or a test of this 200 moving average, and maybe see a little bit of a spike from there. So that's kind of like
Hmm.
what my thought is right now on what's happening. And when it comes down to the weekly chart, I wish I would have been had my finger on the pulse of eGold like a couple more weeks ago.
Mhm.
So right now, this is not financial or trading advice, not telling you to do what I do, but I have a long position open on eGold that I will probably close once it hits to, $80. So 3x leverage, so it's going to produce some profits, and I'll probably leave those profits in the form of eGold and take my initial investment out.
Nice.
Rinse and repeat, right? And
Just throw a
so
time sequence on there too, like we have.
yeah, that's a good
Curious.
idea. And so, it is what it is. So I think
Hmm.
like short term, that's kind of like what I'm looking for as far as like eGold is
Yeah.
concerned. Let's just throw up a little time sequence here. This to me looks pretty accurate, so we're going to roll with this, because on the weekly it predicted a reversal here, predicted a reversal here. I hate to say it, but September
Oh,
2024,
wow.
that's a long ass way out. So let's just
Yeah.
do one more time sequence to see if we can maybe uncover something. And we'll go with this short swing high to swing low. This looks like it could be like a week off somewhere in there. Let me just make sure I got this. Yeah, I mean, that looks about right. So, I mean, this is like within a week, and we're pointing to, somewhere within the next week or two to start seeing some momentum start pumping. And that's kind of what we're seeing
If
in
you move it
some of
one
the,
to the right, 1 week to the right from there, it looked like it'd been more accurate
yeah,
what you just had because it was
this
like,
looks pretty accurate here too.
yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is.
Hmm.
This has just got some funky, stuff going on. I mean, here we go. I don't know how I feel about this placement. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see with
Yeah.
Eagle. Unfortunately, we're not getting any crazy time sequences. There is one thing that I want to try here. That's this initial pump. Maybe nothing there. Yeah, just not seeing it. But I'm bullish. I'm bullish on E-Gold for sure.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
So keep your eye on eGold, guys. I don't know if you guys are into it, but not financial advice. Highly suggest looking into it. I don't know, great community, great non-custodial wallet, the X Portal. They have a metaverse that they want to come up. A lot of gaming,
Yeah.
Web3 gaming, incorporating NFTs and all that stuff. Dragons, I forgot the name of the game. Someone was doing it, but they had the big conference in Romania where they were doing all these testing, and they had a bunch of people. But I don't know,
Nice.
looks pretty good. Looks pretty promising. So
Yeah, that's great.
all right, last but not least, I want to talk about is ICP, your gem that you got me into. It's pumping a little bit right now, I think, at least
Okay.
up to 3.8% the last 24 hours. I know I try to keep up with it basically with whatever you post or
Tough.
videos you put
It's
out, so I'll
tough.
just watch. Bitcoin Renegade, I know he's big into ICP. I still haven't had him on yet. I messaged him tonight, but I haven't heard back yet. I don't know what he's doing. But just trying to find some news. I guess there's an ETH ICP integration on the horizon, discussing some of the stable coins, USDT, USDC, which they call CKUSDT and CKUSDC. He has a video here just explaining it. So I don't know briefly if you want to talk about that. I know we had some comments
Yeah.
here in the comments section from El Chingon. Talk about the upcoming CK ETH integration. Vitalik is looking to improve ETH. What's the likelihood that he'll embrace ICP? And he said something about the energy use narrative for blockchains is growing on X. Reminds me of beginnings of Tesla interest. If this continues, could this push ICP upwards?
Yeah. When it comes down to like the energy use narrative for like blockchains, I mean, a lot of this stuff is very very it's very eco-friendly. I mean, even like you think about like Bitcoin and people, oh my god, Bitcoin, blah blah blah. Like at the end of the day, it uses like 0.01% of the world's energy or something like that, something crazy small. Don't quote me on that, but it's super low. I think like it makes people feel good that their chain is very ecosystem friendly, no doubt about that. But getting on to like the CK ETH and basically what Definity has done is they've created a couple different things. One is CK BTC, and that is chain key Bitcoin. If you're wondering what the CK stands for chain key. And basically it's smart contracts that are on the internet computer that control assets, that basically control minting of assets on ICP. And basically it leaves like let's just say with Ethereum. So it leaves the Ethereum like on chain. There's no like trusted third party custodian that is in charge of like wrapping the token, because you hear of like all these outfits that will wrap tokens, and basically they like take custody of it, and hacks happen and things like that. So It's going to be an interesting thing. We'll see if it gets adopted. But I think that what will really help is like Bitcoin Renegade was saying, once there's a stable coin, on there that you can swap to and from, that's going to be a trader's paradise, especially on the dexes, right? So,
And actually, crazy Multiverse X, not to talk about, they actually have some of that swapping you can do right now on the X Portal app.
with stable coins,
I don't know with stable coins, but they just recently integrated. Like if you go to, I'm not going to show my phone, whatever. But like if you go to, you open up the app Swap, you can swap Bitcoin to eGold, Bitcoin to ETH, Bitcoin to USDC.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bitcoin USDC, Bitcoin to Binance, Dogecoin USDT on the ETH.
Yeah,
Like right then and there, or vice versa. So they have that. So I think, is that kind of similar what ICP is trying to do? Or they already do it?
ICP has some of that already too. But yeah, this is just all about eliminating like the wrap token aspect. In that traditional method. So this is just a different method. I suppose some could call it wrapping, but it's kind of there's no third party like custodian. Like I'm not running this huge outfit that has direct control or influence over the wrapped tokens, things like that.
Right. Jordan Mack says, I'm seeing a lot more news recently about Bitcoin mining making renewable energy more profitable, accelerating adoption. Yeah, definitely.
You hear about the volcanoes and
Yeah.
stuff, and
There was something that I'm trying to remember that I saw on Twitter about that. There was some article, I forget where the heck it was that came from, but how they're saying how Bitcoin is definitely a lot more renewable than people thought or whatever, and they're going to start incorporating and using it. Prime example, like the volcano usage, thermal energy,
it's crazy,
all that type of stuff. But yeah.
All
right, let's jump into some. Let's see, coming up a little bit over an hour. If you want to do some ICP, TA, and then I got a couple fun things I want to talk about. Not really crypto related, but I think you guys will get a kick out of it.
Rash cream, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we are. So you'll see the Gone fans here again, like you saw earlier. And, I'm just trying to get my bearings with some of this stuff. But we have a falling wedge. It's, pretty much a multi-year falling wedge, which is great to see. And we are seeing price action at the upper trend line. We're looking at the weekly charts right now. So this is kind of a very similar structure to that eGold chart. If you remember that weekly, it's almost like the same.
And a lot of other cryptocurrencies look just like that. They're at their bottom, and they're just now breaking out of that like downtrend, or they're exactly.
Yeah. So right now you see a bunch of scratch marks right here. We'll get into that. Right now, I'm hoping that ICP can make this break up to at least $5.60, even if it's just above this cloud for a little bit. I'm right now. I'm looking for the $6 to $6.37 ish range. I want to see ICP maybe kind of make like a move like this, and maybe continue on like that. But if we just look at this thing, let's just pull this up on like let's go on the daily. I'm kind of starting to see like very similar patterns. Really, I don't know if this is some sort of symmetrical triangle form. I don't know if this is some sort of ascending triangle. It's just kind of in this funky, weird trading pattern, just kind of like Bitcoin is a little bit too. But right now we're seeing price just shot up like a tulip, and it's just been trading sideways. People have just been accumulating and filling out either this ascending triangle or this symmetrical triangle. So there was a golden cross that happened on the daily just yesterday. So nothing really happened. I mean, it's just kind of holding its ground. It came down and tested this Gone fan line here. So maybe we'll just kind of see what happens here. I'm hoping by like December 7th this thing makes a move, because the charts on ICP are absolutely hideous.
But I mean, it's been pumping since 8 o'clock.
Yeah, okay, nice.
It's
So
pumped from 453 up to
oh yeah,
467.
yeah. So this thing did do a nice little pump here.
We
So
haven't
I'm
seen these
just,
levels since
man,
November 23rd,
yeah, this is great.
which is good.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, there is some little bit of resistance here, right around this this $4.67 level. I mean, are we going to see this little ascending triangle kind of play out? Maybe. We got the lows getting higher.
Yeah.
So as long as we come up and respect this trend line, we should see a nice little pump happen here.
And that looks good right there, that chart of
Yeah.
it going up. But you watch the charts more than I do. My question, like when it pumps hard, I mean, I don't know if it's pumping hard. Like, is this like a pretty big pump? Like when I get my CKB notifications, like does it pumps and then like 20, 30, 40, or like a couple hours later, oh, CKB is down 5%. Like it pumps up 5, goes down 5. Is that how ICP is? Or there's more liquidity because it's there's more money.
Yeah.
This, so you see it pump and then it kind of retraces a little bit, but it keeps going up.
I mean, I guess I really haven't paid too much attention to it. It's like one of my bag coins that I just, how it is. It's like I just have it stashed away, and I'll trade a little bit here and there, but I don't really pay attention. It looks like somebody's been manipulating the hell out of this the last month, because it's like a roller coaster going up and down. So, ICP. It is what it is.
Just throw up a time sequence too, like we have.
That's a good idea. I'll do the daily. And where do I start with this thing? I mean, that's the other thing. So I think what I'm going to do is just go from this swing high or low up to this swing high here. We'll do that quick. See what we got cooking. Okay. This is actually a pretty decent time sequence, because it predicted almost this reversal here. Really, we had a big change in volatility right here. Things kind of stopped pumping straight up.
How about that moving average right there with the yellow cross and the purple?
Yeah, so this is the golden cross.
Okay.
So we got the golden cross, and
yeah,
and like I was saying before, sometimes golden crosses, they sound good. Here's an example where a golden cross wasn't good. It crashed everything.
Gotcha.
Here's an example of a death cross, and prices pump. So, it is what it is. So I'm just glad we haven't seen the bottom fall off this thing yet. One thing that I am bullish about with ICP is, I'm not trying to make excuses for this price action or whatnot, but it was heavily attacked by like FTX, and it hasn't spent too much time above this Ichimoku cloud, even on the daily. But like on this weekly chart, man, price hasn't even ever been above this weekly Ichimoku cloud. So I'm hoping that when this thing rips, it rips, and
like it's gonna actually get to see a true bull run. Not like launching in the middle of a bull run that was manipulated. So it's like this is one of those. This is a high, like, I mean, for me, high risk, but once you do research, you dig deep, man, this thing could freaking rip. Like with the low supply and the low price you got right now, we're about to go into bull run. I mean, not financial advice, but it doesn't not hurt to have a little bag of this.
I mean, whatever, it is. I mean, Vitalik has talked about it as a significant competitor to ETH. Of course, you can have the best technology in the entire world, and if it doesn't get adopted, it doesn't matter, because it goes to the wayside and it's done. So hopefully it can get some adoption. Hopefully it can find its place in this cryptoverse. I think that it has a place. Just like all the other tokens we talked about, everybody at these foundations are putting in work, from Elrond to Nervos Network. ICP. It's like they just haven't stopped building during the bear market. And that's like exactly what you want to see too. for a
And
lot of
El
these
Chingan just
projects.
said it needs adoption.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think that's going to come. That's the thing of the next bull run with
Yeah,
at least with the regulations, the ETF adoptions with BlackRock, institutional
yeah,
money. It's because as soon as they get the ETFs from Bitcoin, everything's going to flow into everything else. And
100%.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I mean, we got some pumpage going on right now.
Oh yeah, let's take a look real
100%.
quick. What do we got? Anything? Look at the last hour. I keep getting notifications.
Okay.
My phone keeps flashing. I don't know if China's waking up, right? Or the
Yeah,
Asia.
yeah. It's about noon over there right now. So, like Japan, Eastern China, it's about noon over there right now. So,
But real quick, can you tell us like your experience over there? Like, what's the crypto vibe like? I want to take a little off track right now. I'm curious because I never
yeah,
even really talked to you about that. Like, what's the crypto scene out like compared to where you live in the United States and people you talk
yep,
to when you went out to wherever, Japan, uh, Bangkok,
yeah.
whatever? Like, is it a small niche or like does everybody kind of know about
Mm,
it? I'm just curious. Like, I hear a lot about like Southeast Asia is very crypto friendly and
yeah.
yeah, just if you want to talk about that, I'm curious.
Yeah, I think Southeast Asia in general, like maybe like Singapore, some of those areas down there are more crypto friendly. When I was in Thailand, uh, it's kind of seen as like gambling in Thailand, and in fact, I didn't see one billboard, I didn't see one advertisement. The closest thing I got to crypto in Thailand was, and actually I was all over Thailand, and the closest thing I got to is uh, a simple Bitcoin logo that was being used as a price tag because the country of Thailand's currency is called the baht, and their logo looks very similar to the Bitcoin logo.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I mean,
But did they
uh,
accept crypto anywhere? I mean,
um,
here around me they don't. Like
no,
really,
I mean, not that I saw. I'm
or
sure there's a
certain places.
crypto scene there.
Yeah, was there like certain
Um,
like Bitcoin cities like you have in like El Salvador, the Bitcoin city or whatever?
no, I mean it's the thing with like Thailand, especially, is it's kind of seen as like gambling. So crypto is kind of seen as gambling, and I just pulled up the bot symbol. So this is the bot, the
Oh
Thai
yeah,
bot.
definitely.
So somebody had used a Bitcoin logo for the price tag, like it said like something was like 100 baht, and it had like the bot symbol and then like the 100.
Yeah.
So then I was in Japan a couple months back, and here's Jordan Mack uh, and Japan. The only
Huh.
thing I saw crypto related in Japan, and I've got a friend, William Laurent, that lives there, who
Yeah.
says that there is some crypto like billboards, but it's like very targeted to like upper class neighborhoods and things like that.
Mhm.
And the only time I was like on the lookout for crypto in Japan, and the only time I got close to it was there was like some store or something that was selling some NFT like related T-shirts, and that was it. That was the
Now,
only. I didn't see nothing.
did you do any research prior to like going there about like crypto friendly cities or like crypto groups or anything? Because
Um,
I seriously my Japan is one of my like top next
yeah.
countries I want to go to
Oh,
so bad. I've been doing so much research in Japan,
yeah.
the people, the
Oh my
culture. Like
gosh.
me and my wife, oh, we want to go so bad, dude. But yeah,
Japan.
crypto. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I haven't really done any research.
Yeah.
What what is the big crypto from Japan that Jasmine isn't Jasmine?
Jasmine's Japanese.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There's a lot of there's a few exchanges over there. Of course, Mount Gox was headquartered in Japan, and until that got hacked, they
Mhm.
still actually have an office there until like the tokens get like 100% distributed to the victims. And I actually,
I'm about to
uh,
say, did you go there? You
yeah,
should have
I
went
went
there and
there.
did
I
like an
I went
interview
there.
there.
I've
Oh
got,
no.
yeah, I went there, dude. I've got like pictures outside like the skyscraper where their office is, and I
Huh.
couldn't get in. I tried to get in and get up to the office.
Interviewers talk
No,
to
I tried to
someone.
get I tried to get in there with Joe, and we tried to get in to get up to the office, and they wouldn't allow us in the building.
Hmm.
Because we came in with like cameras and stuff like that. So
We should do some research on like Japanese influencers in crypto over there, and then like
yeah, they're
do a
out there.
meetup or something. Like I'm dead serious, especially
Yeah,
the next bull run and stuff. I'll fly out there
yeah.
and just see. I mean, is
There's
CKB out there? Is there anything like any one of the?
yeah,
I have
there's
no
some
idea.
there's
I
some
like
people out
worldwide
there.
adoption and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
There's some like blockchain weeks, things like that. South Korea has a pretty good blockchain week, from what I heard. And actually, I was gonna rip over to South Korea back in September, attend blockchain week there, and then rip over to Japan. But I just couldn't. With the timing of some other things I was doing, I
mhm.
just couldn't make it happen. So that kind of crushed me. But yeah, I'm not sure about like any Japanese conferences for crypto. I'm sure they exist. Um, you know, and for the most part, I'd say like I don't know what percentage of the Japanese population speaks English, but
Yeah, was it
a
easy
lot
to
of
get
the
around over
younger
there, or did
people,
you have to know Japanese, like, or did
yeah,
it depend where you went?
no, it's very easy. So, I mean, I know very little Japanese. Skosi, Nyongo means little Japanese, literally. And
Konnichiwa, Ogasun, Ohio.
yeah.
I only know like 3 words. That's all I know. My grandpa taught me because he was stationed in Okinawa,
Oh
Japan.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a great country. Japan
Dude, the
is my
videos,
favorite
ev
country in the entire
and the
world,
food is like clean and like so
dude.
good. Apparently,
It's
like
cheap.
fresh, like
Yeah,
everything.
it's cheap, good, clean food. You know, it's great, and it's like good food, like like when I
You
want,
tried that thing I saw in your video, the little squid thing or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah,
octopus.
yeah, and I mean, the food is better than here, but it's still got its issues, and it's more healthy. And the only time I like eating healthy is if that food will send my diet straight to hell, and that's it. And they've got some like phenomenal fried stuff over there, like shrimp. I was eating like um, fried what is it called? Chicken ponzu. I was eating
But they cook everything like in healthier. This is a whole getting off topic, like the seed oils and stuff, like what they
they
deep
use
fry it in.
different oils. I
Yeah,
don't
like
recall what
soybean oil,
oil it
yeah,
is.
I don't know,
There's one
canola.
prominent oil over there that they use.
That's why everyone's
Um,
so skinny everywhere in
they,
Asia and China and the whole everywhere else except America. But that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, the
yeah,
food's way better and I mean cleaner, even if it's
yeah,
fried. Like I hear people have stories where they go to Europe or they go wherever that they'll just binge and like they don't
yeah.
feel bloated and they like lose weight like after 2 weeks and they come back and then they eat American food and they
Yeah.
just get like bloated and whatever. But
When I went to Thailand, I came back and I had lost 12 pounds. That's over about like a 10, 11, 12 day period.
mhm.
And like, I did a ton of walking. So that helped.
Yeah.
But Japan, I think I lost like 8 pounds. And, it's because I was with my buddy. We were just going all over Japan, drinking
Walking.
beer all the time, partying, smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. So it was a fun time.
Did you I don't want to get too off topic because I love talking about cultures and stuff. Like I love traveling. What's that forest? The one
Mm,
that Jake
the
Paul or
suicide
Luke.
for was it the suicide forest or the bamboo
Yeah,
forest?
did you go to that at all or experience that?
The suicide forest?
Yeah.
No, no, no. We considered it, um, but it just
Eerie.
we yeah, we just weren't. Maybe if we would have been in the area, we would have stopped to just check it out. I don't know if we would have been necessarily looking for like any dead people or anything, but it's like people go there, and like
Hmm.
in Japan, suicide is not basically it's considered an option out, and people don't really, I don't want to say care, but it's not viewed the same as here. It's kind of like, and honorable isn't the right word to use, but it's an accepted cultural way to dispatch yourself.
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's crazy.
there's you can get into all that, like
Yeah.
with
Did
the
you feel safe?
Japanese.
Would you say,
Oh,
like, just
Japanese.
generally? Like, I feel like there's no crime. Isn't it, like, one of the safest countries too, I think? Like, you can walk around, there's no
Yeah,
crime.
yeah. It depends on where you're at. My buddy literally dropped a wad full of cash, probably $200 or $300 out of his pocket when he was reaching for his cell phone, and basically some dude came ripping up to us on his bike, and he starts pointing back down the street. Hey, it was a language barrier, but he
Yeah.
kept pointing. I'm like, Joe, that looks like a wad of cash, dude. And he checks his pocket, and it was his wad of cash. So he had only brought his like he had some sort of wacky, like huge oversized passport wallet that just like when you go out, we didn't take our passports with us, and he wanted to leave it at the hotel locked up, but they're very honest people, and this is what makes Japan so enjoyable, is that the people there are the most respectful people. Doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. Everybody respects each other in public. I don't
Yeah.
know. They say things get crazier once people get back to their apartments, but over there they care about public opinion and what uh, the public sees them as. Over here in the United States, it's quite the opposite, where people just fucking go wild for TikTok views and things like that, and just
Yeah.
get arrested and all sorts of stuff.
So did you get a lot of attention as an American, you and Joe? Like,
Um,
just, like, did no one really
Not
talk to
really.
you, or they're like, I don't know, like,
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
hear everyone just kinda keeps to themselves, even, like, on the trains, like, unless
It's
you engage. They hate them. They hate the loud-spoken Americans, the drunk
yeah,
Americans, or
yeah, oh
whatever it
yeah,
is, like, because they just keep to themselves. That's kinda like
right.
that's their culture.
Yeah,
Is
they are very yeah, they are very quiet. They are almost like tunnel vision. I did get a lot of, not, I shouldn't say a lot, but the people look at you because you're different,
Mhm.
but not one time. Well, there's one time where I think, like, Joe and I are pretty big guys, 6'2". It's just whatever. And there was one time we were walking down the sidewalk, and I believe there's one lone lady like walking down the same sidewalk towards us. And all of a sudden she looked up from her phone, saw us, and is just beelined across the street. But I don't blame her for that. I get that, why she did that, because
Not used
you
to
look
seeing
at
it.
like Americans, our culture is so wild compared to
Mhm.
theirs. Two guys, she's the only, it is what it is. But
Hmm.
it's become this, Japan has become this place now where I don't want to visit anywhere else in the world. And I know there's so much more to see, but like after this bull run, I plan on taking like a month, and I'm just gonna I want to hit Japan for like a week. I want to hit South Korea for like a half a week. I want to go hit like Hong Kong. Maybe I want to rip over to like Singapore, Indonesia, down that way too,
That'd be
and
awesome.
come home. I mean, it's so cheap. Japan is so cheap too. Like, um, $100 worth of groceries over there, like you're getting like 4 bags full of fresh groceries. It's insane. You can still get a 20-ounce bottle of pop over there for like, I think it was like 82 cents.
Oh, wow.
So here, I just bought one for like $2.25
Yeah.
today. Diet Coke,
Inflation. Yep.
crazy. But I've got nothing, absolutely nothing bad to say about Japan. By far, Japan, Japan is phenomenal. Rooms are cheap too. You can find decent rooms for $50 a night wherever you go. They're going to be small because hotel rooms in Japan are small, and you're going to pay for it if you want a little bit larger room. But you know, Man, I wish the country was closer because I'd be all up in there every weekend.
What's the flight like? You go to like LA and then LA straight flight over, or do you have to stop in Hawaii or something?
So the first time I went was to Japan. Was basically a 13 and a half hour flight, but I had to fly from MSP down to Chicago. And then it was a flight. So that was an hour and a half. That was a 13 and a half hour flight from Chicago to Japan. So that puts me at about 15 hours. Then it was another 6.5 hours from there over to Bangkok. So that was a 21 and a half hour plane ride. But just to Japan from Minnesota, 13 and a half hours. On the way back, it was like 11.
Okay.
So
That's not too bad.
No, it wasn't bad. I mean,
what airline is it?
I flew Delta the last time, which was awesome because we got really tuned up on the way over there. We started drinking whiskey at like 8:30 in the morning, and man, we just kept pounding them down. Took a little nap on the plane, and the thing about it was, on the way over there, the plane was 25% full. So we got to like lay out in the middle of the aisles, dude. It was crazy. And on the way back, it was 25% full too. But you got movies, things like that. It helps the time go by.
Was it like a double decker? I'm getting way off topic, but I love talking about this stuff.
No, I don't know what it was. Some sort of 747 or something. I don't know. I don't think it had a double deck. It wasn't nothing like that.
We got Jordan Mack. Was it cheap in Kyoto area? Tokyo was expensive.
Yeah, I mean, Kyoto, I think we had a nice everywhere we went was 2 queen beds. Kyoto had a nice washer dryer kitchen, 2 beds, a balcony. I think we paid $55-$60 a night for that place.
That's it.
It was pretty, yeah. Then you split it 2 ways, and it was like $35 each or something.
Wow.
And then Kyoto was surprisingly cheap in the area I was. So I was just a little south of the Nishu Castle, a little southwest of the Nishiki Market, which was awesome. And you could get these huge like shrimp. I think they were more like prawn fried skewers. They're like this big.
Wow.
And they were like $2. And what else do we have? They're the best food I've ever had in my life. That's where I ate the octopus as well.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Cool. It's cool. It's wild.
All right. We're getting way off topic, guys.
Yeah, I probably got to close out here.
Hour and 30 in. Dang.
This is supposed to be 20 minutes, man.
I had a real quick. Oh man, we could talk all day about that. Let me pull up the Cybertruck thing real quick. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
They did the delivery event in Austin. The hard body is bulletproof. It can tow over 11,000 pounds, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds for the fastest one. So the base model is rear wheel drive at 60,990. He had to do a 69 there. And the Cyber Beast, which apparently is their fastest, is about 100K. They deliver those trims next year. They plan to sell an all-wheel drive version, which is like the mid-class, about 80K for 2025. Absolutely insane. So
I was just gonna ask if you saw this video.
This was
crazy.
Real quick, we're gonna end it soon, guys, and I appreciate you guys tuning in. But like, so apparently the Cybertruck raced a Porsche, and this is what happened. I'm not gonna play the audio because it'll copyright me because they do the thing. But apparently it was this Porsche 911 versus the Cybertruck, and then some.
Yeah, this is wild. I'll make those sound effects.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, that was
And it was
so
towing the
crazy.
same thing, another Porsche. Quarter mile, less than 11 seconds, 0 to 62.6.
It was
Insane.
probably just a shell.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
No,
it
I'm
was
just
good
kidding. It was
marketing.
probably the real thing. I mean, that Cybertruck is heavy enough where, it's all-wheel drive, I'm assuming, and that thing's got some giddy up.
Yeah.
It's a cool-looking car.
And then the other
It's
thing
different.
was, because we're into weapons and military and all that stuff, the bullet test. I don't know if you saw this one yet. I think there's music. I don't want to copyright my
I
thing.
saw the one where they shot an arrow into it.
But let me play this real quick. So apparently the strength of like the doors and the metal is bulletproof, but like the glass isn't. But this guy's he's shooting. What is that weapon? Some type of machine gun.
It's a Tommy gun.
Yeah, Tommy gun, 45 caliber.
Yeah.
Doesn't go through. And then he's shooting a Glock 9mm MP5. So this thing's like literally bulletproof. I guess but I don't think the windows are. You could shoot right through that. So I guess you're somewhat safe. But yeah, that was the bullet test.
It'd be interesting to know what weight bullets they're using. I don't know if they're using hollow points or full metal jackets. If they're using hollow points, you're going to see those bullets just expand right away and kind of direct all that forward inertia out to the outside. So if it's a full metal jacket, that thing's going to have some penetration power and stuff like that.
We have a surprise guest.
What's happening? Good to see you.
Surprise guest, Baroness.
Yo, Baroness.
Haven't been on live in over 10 months. She's met my sister.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I haven't. She's gone. She's gone and met my sister out where she lives in Colorado before I have, and I'm a terrible brother. So
That's
she's experienced.
funny.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I remember that. Yeah,
I'm a terrible brother. But Baroness, what's going on?
It's going. I was actually gonna, wind down and go to bed, and then I'm like, oh, your live is still going because I have meetings.
We're ending soon. I just figured I'd send a bunch of invites out, but whatever. I get it. It was last minute, but I'm gonna start trying to do these a lot more like we used to back in the day. Maybe tomorrow night.
Every Thursday or every other.
I don't know. I start a new job on Monday, so I got to figure out my work schedule.
I'm trying to figure out how to set up my phone for this because I got kicked out of the office because I promised my spouse I'm not going to be on the computer anymore. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're live. All right, I can pop in and say hi. I mean, I haven't been on here in a while. You haven't been on here. All of you.
You don't go on YouTube though. You're a Twitter X Spaces and everything, right?
I got it. Oh shit, I dropped it. I dropped my friends. Shit, you okay? Oh my gosh. No, I'm on
that pepper spray or mace?
No, I was trying to balance it on.
It looked like all I saw was like the opening. Yeah, it looked like a can of pepper spray at first.
No, but I gotta get everyone on here because man, Baroness, I know you got a lot going on. You're doing like a whole Web3 series. She's trying to do stuff on podcasts and
oh, nice.
Well, the thing is people, they have to be on YouTube and shit. They have to have a screen. So in this case, I figure we're talking on Twitter Spaces all the time. Might as well just turn it into a little series for educational purposes, and people can just play it in their car, etc., and just listen while they're doing their everyday life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
I actually did, just like Vanessa Harris, I did a search for, Web3, crypto, all that fun stuff on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and her stuff instantly populated, my stuff instantly populated. I'm like, there's really a large demand for people just crypto curious, but they're getting the misinformation when the first thing they do is pop into YouTube, which are project shilling, and the same as Twitter. And just talking a narrative of technology, things that they equate to currently and how they can apply it to, monetization and so forth. A lot of people are scared about the things that they don't know. Mm-hmm. So that was my purpose. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on in tech, in real world work. And then just, I was putting all the
you
stuff.
sound like you're busy all the time. What's your main focus? Are you just trying to handle a bunch of different projects now? Or you, what's your main focus right now that you want to share with the 8 people that are watching right now on YouTube? compared to your 3,000 people on Twitter. But hey, you never know. Every platform is different. You never know what's going to happen.
Speak
Or
for
who's listening.
yourself. How many people do you have? Like you and Six Fig had like what? Like over 5,000. You got like 8,000, 10,000.
It's different though. It's a bear market. We don't get the views
Yeah.
like we used to. Like
Oh.
I've only got a little less than 2,000. I've almost 2,000. It's if you're not active, it's not going to hit the algorithm. That's the thing. It's like you got to go where everything is. Like right now it's Twitter Spaces. It seems like with you, like you were blowing up on Twitter Spaces, like Twitter, like that, because it's you get that one-on-one connection. It's easy to bring people in. Like I can't just like, hey, let me invite all these Twitters, unless you want to integrate someone in from Twitter Spaces here into here. Boom, 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 boom.
I mean, the activity feed is like stupid stuff. Like I was trying to make well thought out, threads and so forth, information, links, found out that's a negative strike if I do links that are outsourced from just Twitter native. And I realized not too many people want to spend more than 2 to 5 seconds reading through, a thread. So I just started putting stupid stuff in and responding to everybody, being the
I've been
reply
noticing
guy.
that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So what happens is that's how my algorithm.
Threads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm pretty transparent. I'm pretty much.
You are though. And it works, right?
Yeah. Yeah, actually it has, but I just make like my transparency is like, oh, I say like this is me trying to do a thirst trap, just kind of like a slap in the face for all the people that put the stupid shit in there. Like, oh, look at me with duck lips.
Grab their attention. This is what I want.
Yeah. But it works on the short term, but the whole thing is like, why engage people on social media if you're not going to funnel them into your platform and what you're actually going for? And in that case, they're stuck where they are. And that initial narrative, that momentary thought process that they have, like face value, it comes and goes. You want to leave them with, the bait and switch, sales and marketing. But my main focus right now is focusing on building frameworks, same as enrolled technology, doing a lot of government contracts, trying to work into amalgamating Web 2 technologies into Web 3, utilizing blockchain technology and trying to help research. So it's a much longer story associated to that, but in the meantime is just, I'm building into Web3, but I'm also trying to create educational material for real world companies and corporations.
Nice. And that's what I think that's the next level for the next bull run, and for all these Web 2 companies wanting to try to integrate Web 3. Man, you just triggered me into my cousin who, oh man, he is working for a big company that is just starting to get into this on LinkedIn. And I see you post on LinkedIn. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna send you a message on LinkedIn after this with my cousin because he's integrating with these big.
So companies. You want me to go visit your cousin now?
No, you're gonna know his whole family here.
Dude, I feel
like one of the biggest wealth management companies. It's based out of UK. He's like the director in New York City and Brooklyn. Like, I'm not gonna, dox too much, but what you're talking about is exactly the person he needs to like bring his company and integrate literally what we're just talking about. Because he was never into crypto, and then all of a sudden his company, I would always talk to him about it because like his other cousin, like Lauren's, we're all first cousins, whatever. He was into crypto. He wasn't crypto, but like he's into wealth management, and he's the director of whatever wealth management at this big company. And now he's posting all these things on LinkedIn. And he has connections with people from Coinbase and like all these other people. So nice. I'll leave it at that. But I was like, my cousin, like, what? You never were into crypto. You didn't talk about it. And now, like, it was fun talking to so-and-so from whatever the heck it was, Coinbase or whatever company. And I was like, because he's a consultant, like wealth management company. And they're trying to get into blockchain and have their big wealth whatever people that are invested in their companies get into crypto and blockchain. I'm just talking shit. I'm not talking shit, but yeah, you got to link up with my cousin Matt and just say Lauren and I'm not one. My sister.
I'll just drop the last surname. I'll be like, hey, yeah, they're my adoptive family now. Just like the meme with the like elf on a shelf, where the elf just changes the family photos to all of him. I'm the elf.
Yeah. Yeah, Baroness is like my Asian sister if I had one. That's okay to say, right? Like seriously.
Yes.
crazy.
No. I mean, your family is so cool. Just like you and everybody else, just everybody is who they are. Anytime that you ever invite me onto your show, I look forward to it. And actually, I felt crappy, like, oh man, I meant to pop in. And I mean, I didn't expect to be on your show today, but I meant
This
to
is a
show you
last minute
support.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate you coming on. I might do something tomorrow night too. Because I don't have anything going on tomorrow night too, like a Heroes Hangout. Remember those?
Oh
man.
man,
I don't even want to say that, but
Jeez.
maybe
there's a lot of good times had.
there
I mean,
was.
This is great.
The villains hang out now.
I want to reconnect with everyone else. I don't know. I don't know where everyone's at. I know there's a couple in the chat. We got Duke Nukem. We got
I recognize that. Yeah,
but I think everyone kind of just left. Like, I mean, it's
that
understandable.
was a sad deal. I mean, there's just wasn't really. It was like things just blew up, and it was just people just kind of went their own ways. Unfortunately.
Anyway, I don't want to keep going. We're an hour 40 minutes in.
What was the one time that feed? How many hours did we make you keep going?
It was like 3-4 hours.
There was some times where we were supposed to be on here for an hour, and next thing you know, I was on here for like 4 hours.
Oh yeah,
like 9:30 till like 2-3 in the morning, and I would leave. I would pass out, and I would say, "Hey guys, I'm gonna keep the stream going," and I would wake up the next day, and everyone would end it, and then my camera would go off, and it was just like I'd have to go back. I would do the timestamps. It was crazy. It was crazy. I never knew any of that would ever happen. We would have 14, 15, 30, 40 people like watching. Like it was just crazy times, man.
I mean, we'd end the live stream, but we'd still like just socialize in the background
afterwards. Yeah, that's why
that was another thing too. We did the 4-hour live stream, and it was at least another 3 hours after that. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Backstage.
I play guitar sometimes. I remember like playing with what's his name? I think I played live. Maybe I don't remember. Yeah, I got pretty ripped a couple times. I probably should delete some of those or make them private. But
you did privatize them because like the next day I'm like, oh man,
some of them I
remember. I'm gonna find it. It's like no.
Dude, I had what's his name hit me up. He's probably not watching right now. We could go watch. He's not gonna watch an hour 40 minutes. What's his name? He runs the Ethos thing now. He's like their community manager. What?
Sunzu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit me up saying take off something from something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
No, I still like Sunzu. I still talk to him here and there.
Yeah, he runs the Ethos, the whole Ethos community thing. I think.
No, he's an advocate. It's him and Noah Kaufman and a few other people. I talked to Noah a few times, but after I had a few, no arguments, just a few disagreements, that he found that it was a lost cause to try to rope me in.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. But
yeah, well, I mean, good for them. I mean, anybody that wants to, if they're making money, that's good for them. But the whole thing is like, what your utility is not my utility, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
100%. We're all here to make that money.
Yeah.
And for mass adoption and
that all comes second to making the money, though.
Yeah. But
we gotta eat first, and then
as far as the technology, we're not fully there yet to where the technology advancement and people adopting the hardware that's specific to software, etc. Like we're not there without spending the money. So how are we going to make the money to be able to advance? Okay, we're going to have a lot of rug pulls. We're going to have a lot of trading volume happening, and it's not just the individual investors like you and I. It's the angel investors, VCs. All of them are playing the field. It's very just what works for them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an end result, but don't get hung up in communities. Do what's best for your family.
Right.
Yeah,
so that being said, Baroness, what are your top 3 chains right now? Or I don't know if you want to talk about it. Are you into like less than 5? Are you into like 3? Because like me, I'm like Bitcoin's my number 1. back to Bitcoin. Elrond, Multiverse X, CKB, a little bit in ICP bag. I got Cardano a little bit. That's pretty much it. But I don't really keep up with too many. I'm just like, hey, invest, and I'm gonna wait. But I know
still do trading, but
Cosmos, Atoms. I thought you were into that, or Monero. I know Vanessa's big into. I've been doing a little bit of research into the privacy tokens. Like,
I want to learn more about that one thing you're mining after the show.
What are you mining?
Zephyr.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like the number one CPU mining coin. It's the hash rate's skyrocketing.
But yeah, it's still good. Actually, that, like, for my shit tokens, Zeph, and then Jesus token.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I made a decent. I mean, I only invest a little bit just to play around with. That's what I do. So, Jesus token, I skimmed off the top, and then I reinvested when it dropped again. But it's just small little wins. But chain wise, chain-wise, Multiverse, formerly known as Elrond, of course. Bitcoin, I shouldn't even have to tell anybody that because it's just a no-brainer. And yes, Cosmos. Cosmos is kind of my little play around ecosystem. There's a lot of drama associated to it, and it's all encapsulated. So that just means that even though there's multi-chains, it's just I play around it because with the people that are in it as development, they all have their own point of views, but all of them are very valid. But it's kind of like my ant farm, okay? It's solely my entertainment. And then
you legit have an ant farm.
Yeah, they're my ant farm.
I mean, I'm not surprised knowing all this stuff. That's crazy. But yeah,
but
that's awesome.
But I do like Solana. A lot of times people are like, oh yeah, there's like shitty projects and this, that. And when it comes to technology, I go for Solana blockchain just because of the Rust development and be able to tether into, I won't use the word tether, but be able to write your contracts in multi-chains. So in sequence,
you gotta get this. What about CKB? Do you know anything about CKB? We always talk about it. You gotta get with. We have Jordan Mack on here because he's been watching. He's like senior developer, and he's probably listening to right now.
What happened? Like CKB is like all right. So after the Voyager, VGX Heroes, FTX, and Gate.io, and all the other extra bullshit happening. All of the tokens that I was really bullish on beforehand, even though they weren't like my long-term holds, I basically stopped reading into their development. And I just said, okay, I can't overexert my energy and my time because anything that has to do with crypto is not my main priority in my life. So I can't waste my extra time that I spend with my family and job to research. So that's where CKB kind of fell underneath.
But do you know a lot about like the developing aspect of it? Like, because that's kind of like a lot of like Jordan Mack stuff, right? Like the script, like all the, I don't know, development, the UTF, like all that stuff.
So not for that particular project, but
like we talked about the what the heck is that? The RISC-V, the layer 1 virtual machine RISC-V instruction. It's new cutting edge technology like Apple Passkey can be done quickly and easily. It's like a Bluetooth for computer chips, open standard. That means anyone, UMI, Intel can participate in the development of those standards. That's like what.
That sounds interesting, but when there's different types of developers, not all of us are the same. My development is trying to study the overexertion or the bloating with the human complexity model. So what that means is the more users that kind of jump onto a system, ecosystem, not saying blockchain, but just technology as a whole, different devices, different, cross console compatibility, there's a rendering. effect. Rendering is equatable to like electricians. The ohms of resistance will cause overheating, and that effect with rendering in your phone, you might notice that it might overheat when you're trying to look over like a website or using your Twitter platform versus an Apple phone or Android or a tablet. Someone's might crash because there's too much extra stuff and bloating. Same with operating systems, like Microsoft operating system. It costs them more to be able to recalibrate their entire system from the original like Windows 1 to the 16-bit legacy to what we now have as 64-bit system files. So instead, they have a containment, like the Windows 10 operating system has 220,000 system files, 70,000 folders that are installed on there. And how many of them that are actually relevant to that actual system is only 110, so half. So in that case, like, okay, when we have, did you just? Okay, it's Airborne. He froze.
Oh, he's got some crappy internet.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, what all that just means when I say bloating is that a lot of stuff that you don't need, but you have a recursive effect of, okay, you're building another technology that's innovative, that is only innovative for the lifetime of that technology is built on. So you want something just like we're here in blockchain technology, we ask, what layer system is that? Is this a technology of a true layer 1 or is it a layer 2 ecosystem? Because your technology will only last of lifetime servicing, LTS, based off of who the community is that can participate in it, and based off of what's the easiest processing, like a layer 2, layer 3 development, is that the lifetime process for it means that it costs them more to keep maintaining that system. So if you're going to invest or participate in those type of technologies, that means you're going to be either investing more of your time, money, management, or you're going to hear a lot of news coming, its ups and downs.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
If you didn't even hear half of that.
It did cut out like 30 seconds, but I just mind blown emoji. No, you're smart. You're freaking smart. Yeah, but yeah. I understand
sure.
like some of that, but I get it.
But yeah, I'm not trying to crash on anyone's parade for technologies, because that's just my own bias based off of what I currently do. So
Jordan Mack replied,
I can't read it. Can you read it to me? I'm on a
we're
phone.
all on at some point in the future. I'd be happy to give an intro to CKB. It sounds like it would be something Baroness would be interested in. For sure. If you're interested at one point sometime.
No, I mean, if I'm already available, I have no problem. It's just on my own time. Like
Yeah.
So if he's on, we want to have a discussion with this, go for it. Tomorrow, is he available tomorrow? Are we going to just invade your space tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow, what is it? I have, there's like this drop your kids off at daycare with parents night. So it's like from 6 to 8.
Yeah, I got a meeting tomorrow Eastern time, 6 until about 7:30. So
yeah, a tomorrow night thing would work. So like a 9 or 10 o'clock.
That'd probably work best for me as well.
I could totally do a 9 or 10 o'clock hang out, and anyone can come.
Yeah,
if you guys want to, but we can play it by ear. But yeah, 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow, Jordan, if you're available. Baroness, Six Figs.
Call him Jordan Mac Daddy, baby. Crypto whale number 1.
Yeah. But yeah, just let me know. Definitely, this has been great conversation. First live stream in 10 months since January of 2023. Great conversation tonight, man. I didn't want it like, I kind of structured it in a little bit of a way, but then the end of it just was, I threw a bunch of invites out to whoever. But yeah, seems
I
like
didn't get my invite until probably like 10 minutes ago.
Look at his face. No. I did it on Twitter. I sent you a message, I think.
You did send me a message.
Did I send you one on Twitter? I don't remember. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
But
You
the
sent me a
Signal group.
message, but you
I'm
didn't
on the
send me the
Signal
link.
group. I sent it out and nobody said. I don't even know how active people are anymore. But
Yeah.
but we'll keep you guys posted. Really appreciate everyone tuning in tonight. I think I'm gonna end it here. You guys got any last minute thoughts?
No, thanks for having me on, Baroness. It was great to see you. It'd be great to get some of these lives going again, man. It's just, I feel like we're just dipping our toes into this beginning of the bull market. Possibly, I'm hoping that we're out of the bear market. So to be able to go on that ride again and actually be able to like cash out and stuff like that, this time would be great to see. But yeah, I'm game. Anytime you guys want to talk crypto, let me know. I'm happy to fire up a live stream or have you on a show. So.
Yeah. I'm
Sounds good.
happy to see your beautiful faces.
Oh, vice versa. Yeah.
But sorry for popping in so late and just kind of waking you guys up with my crazy rants. But this is my first bull run. Awesome, Antonio.
Who was Antonio Busta again? I forget. Was he a hero?
Knight Rider.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, okay. I thought wasn't he in the last one though? You weren't, or he must have come in the tail end of it. I don't know.
Did he get in on the bear market side of it?
I don't know. Maybe we should have him pop in sometime. Tell
Duke
us
Nukem
your
popped in tonight. Did you see that? You didn't see
just the
that?
voice though. Oh,
Yeah.
there he is. Yeah, just the voice. At least this time he wasn't sleeping with his mic undone.
Yeah, that's like how he was. He'd like randomly pop in. He wouldn't go video. He would just like, you'd hear him out of nowhere, like after like 10 beers deep or something like that.
We would hear like an echo and like snoring or something, and then we're like, oh, who is that?
He was the bear. The bear. I guess he came in.
The bear side. Nice.
Hopefully they can make some money.
Yeah.
That was a rough bear market for everybody. My God.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Maybe tomorrow night. I'm definitely game for that. 9 or 10 o'clock or 9:30, whatever. Baroness, if you're down. Jordan, I'll hit you up tomorrow. Like I said, I have there's like a date night. Drop your kids off at daycare with the parents from like 6 to 8 Eastern or something like that. So I'll be with the wifey, but after that I'm free 9, 10, 11, 12. And just hang out and just talk about whatever, man. I don't really have an agenda, but CKB, Baroness, I think interaction and networking with different types of people and mindsets from different projects. Like, I think that's going to be my scope moving in and just, hopefully have a good time doing it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun to hear about all these other ecosystems.
Yeah.
I've really opened up my eyes a little bit more.
All right, guys, take care. Smash that thumbs up button on your way out for the 6 people, if you don't mind. And turn on bell notifications so you get notified as soon as I upload a video. That's all I can say. See you, 6 Figs. See you, Baroness.
Toodles.
Talk to you guys later. Crypto Airborne, out.